This video is real simple. How do you deport anybody when nobody really can lay a claim to said country? I've said it before and I say it again. All these people getting sent to Guatemala Bay and treated like prisoners is embarrassing, ridiculous, a waste of time, taxpayers' dollars, and everything. Um, when I want to say you've seen past situations where people are locked up and then they're deported for whatever offenses. Well, automatically, they get asked or however, within the sector or what have you. But it's kind of like, who comes up with this logic? Who's making sense of this? If that's the case, do you deport the foods and the goods that you get? Do you stop international traffic of appliances and items and things? I mean, think about it, because look at what's being put down as a means of law, as a means of, and it's not about a political liberal or conservative. It's a human rights situation. Nothing is 100% USA. Nothing. So when you talk about birthright, when you talk about all that, well, that's the case. If we go by, like I said before in the video I did yesterday, if we go by about Trump's so-called logic, then his parents would have been not allowed here, and he wouldn't have either. Unless, of course, you get a special work visa and then you have to find a way to get back. Because think about what they're proposing. Good for the goose, good for the gander. So how can you deport from a country that you don't own? How can you deport from a country that enslaved, paid, and prospered from migrants, immigrants, and international trade? And we talk about this is why, pardon me, this is why reparations is long overdue. Human trafficking. African descended people from Africa to America, across shores, state, county, world lines, boats, ships, you name it, etc. I'm going to start making sense with this, because what's being committed don't even make sense. Bottom line is, if you come here for education, visa, you come here to do this, what have you have that right. Travel, you have family, you have ancestors that you connect with. So how can you tell somebody that they don't belong? I told you yesterday before, if Trump's grandfather hadn't gotten his citizenship here, or he did, but if we go by that birther thing or all that, then his grandparents couldn't be here. Then maybe his parents would be here. Then maybe he wouldn't have been here. See how the double edge works? You see how it's cap and crunch? How it don't make no sense? Because you can't deport what you don't own. Who owns America fundamentally? Who been paying people and downplaying pain and suffering? How did you build it? You see, the ones who should be deported are all the ones who made the rules and regulations. The ones who should be deported are the ones who broke the laws, who wrote the laws. I'm doing this on the last day of January before Black History Month, but I'm making a Black History proclamation. The ones who wrote all those laws and initiated all those laws and prospered off of Jim Crow and institutionalized, systematic, and prospered should be deported. Because if we were really to deport who should be deported, it would be a whole different ballgame. Now, the problem is that people of other descents have tried to play and coexist as being white, and they've checked the Census Bureau and they tried to fit in. But now it don't work. I don't feel sorry for no one who voted for Trump. I don't feel sorry that people got broke up, did this and that because you should have known better. You should have known what was going to happen. You should have known that what black folks been telling you about the rhetoric, institutionalized systematic racism, and how this and that was going to come back to get you. But you ain't listening. You ain't listening. Because you thought you were protected. You somehow imaginary had the complexion for the protection, even though you more closer to this than you are to what they tell you is the right. But how can you ethically, there's no ethics or no morals, deport people in a country that has no superior race, that has no legal right, because it's not founded like that. It was took. That's why you get someone selected to mandate things that common sense tells you it ain't what you see. It's like in Australia. It's like that in England. It's like that in Canada. It's in all these places that have benefited off of slavery, that owe reparations as well. Italy too, Germany, all of them. Back to Africa, as I always say. They all owe. And this little dance that people be doing, you don't own a thing. Life is already a lease. That's from the Lord above. But we look fundamentally in a place you don't own it. So how can you deport something you don't own? You gonna throw that founding forefathers mess at me? I'm gonna throw at you that they operated and profited off of slavery. They operated off the oppression of people that came from other places, which if they wanted to tear the 14th Amendment up, and don't put nothing past Trump, because black folk gotta be causing of what, except there's too much money have been made, and you can't quite do. That's why this is song and dance and this elephant in the room, that we can't ever address the real issue. But who should really get deported? See. And I'm of the firm belief, if you don't break laws, if you have the right credentials, your green card, whatever you got, is all up, I's, T's, L's, loop, etc., you shouldn't mess with folk. This is a legalized genocide. However, if this is what you wanted and you thought that this was going to be the way to go, I don't feel sorry for you. But for people who use common sense and been telling you what he's about, but Joe Biden ain't off the hook either. None of them are off the hook. Both of them in the same stew, in the same pot. It's just that this turkey is a lot more smug about what they all about. Because everything is still tied to slavery. It's all tied to it. You can never be free. And then someone can initiate laws and deport what? What are you deport? You import stuff made in other countries. A lot of stuff you wear ain't from the good old United States. As a matter of fact, the selected one has businesses all over the world. The one who paid his election, Elon Musk, businesses all over the world. So I dare you to just stop and don't import. I dare you to. But I want you to think about that term, deport. What are you deporting? Because it ain't yours to begin with. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like, and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.